Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Center, and today we have a Nokia G20 with a very cracked display and it's not looking good. So let's go fix it. So first thing we're gonna do is remove the SIM card tray from the side. And look at that. It looks like this Nokia G20 has been stomped on by a very heavy object, like a car or something. So we're gonna open it, try to find out what we can do if there's more damage to other parts. But looking at the back cover, seems okay. Usually when your smartphone got run over by a car, it's just cracked like this, and of course bent on certain parts. And of course the back cover will also be damaged. In this one, it looks good. I'm gonna remove the screws that we can see here. Relatively straightforward. Let's try to pry it open. We'll start from the side. I'm going to start where there's a bit of gap and then slide our tool around the side of the broken display. I'm going to remove that. Let's see if there's a connector connecting two components. There's none. We're just gonna remove this camera cover and then another screw underneath it. That's gonna be a very sneaky move from Nokia. That's why you don't force anything when you try to open a smartphone, even if it's damaged already. We're gonna try to minimize the damage to other components. So imagine if we yanked it out without removing the final screw, that would be disastrous to the main board. This is our replacement display. We're gonna try it out now. We're gonna connect this to the main board and try to turn on the smartphone. And it does turn on. This is gonna be an inverted layout, but we're gonna look at it in this point of view. Android 1. So Nokia, late in its operation, has finally adopted Android. They used to have Symbian. If only Nokia has been quick on adopting the new OS, it would still be, I think, a big brand to this day. Now they just release a bit of new models here and there, but they're not as big as they used to before. We're going to remove the battery because underneath the battery you have the connectors, two connectors for the display. The display is so easy to remove. You can see this it's too flimsy at this point. But the problem is it's left behind some tiny shards of glass. Need to scrape them off. This is gonna be very tedious work, so we're gonna use our electric drill to remove some imperfections on the side, because in the process of having it cracked, the sides of the smartphone has been bent or may have deformed. We're just gonna make it clean for the replacement display to get seated. So it's gonna take a while. David is a perfectionist, so he's doing it the right way, then cleaning it up. You don't want shavings of aluminium around the main board, so it's good to clean up after you filed off some metal. Gonna install this now. I think this is still a fitting stage, or maybe we have the glue already. but we're just gonna see if the display will seat properly on the housing. I'm gonna lay the connector flat and we'll try to install the battery. There we go. I'll try to turn this on and it's on. So far so good. Try to recharge this if it does recharge. So now we can see that the touchscreen is working. So it's good to go. We can now proceed with our reassembly and final installation of the display. I'm just gonna file it the sides, remove the battery, remove the display, because the display will have a few layers of liquid glue. Just one layer actually. I'm gonna put a sufficient amount. I'm gonna push through the connector, through the housing, connect the bottom one and the two connectors up top. And there you have it. We're just gonna do what we did a while ago and give it back to our client. So if you have a Nokia, kudos, congratulations for still trusting the brand. But if you have a G20 that needs a new display, you know who to call. Just leave us a message. David here in the shop will definitely do a great job doing this same service to your Nokia G20. I'm just gonna put all the screws back in, tighten them up manually. A bit of final fitting, SIM card tray, back cover, and look at that, all fixed up. So thanks for joining, guys. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. If you want to visit us, we're in Sydney CBD. We're a small shop that does screen replacement, battery replacement on mobile devices, just like this Nokia G20. Thanks for joining, guys. Till next time. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Center. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.